What's up, guys? It's Sean here with the Sean Dolly Football Channel, and today I wanted to bring you a little bit of a different kind of video, and that is going to be my thoughts on this week in football and kind of the news that we have circulating at the moment. Currently, the main topics, I guess, of news that we have going on, I'm just going to do these three. One is the captaincy of Arsenal and the removal of Aubameyang and the stripping of the captaincy. Second is the retirement of Kun Aguero. And finally, we have the potential transfer of Antonio Rudiger. So I want to kind of discuss all three of these in no particular order. We'll just start with Aubameyang and Arsenal. So from what I've gathered and the news that has been researched, Aubameyang was benched last weekend, last week's game, because of against Everton, I believe. He was benched against Everton because of misconduct, because he missed training for behavioral issues, pretty much. And the details have come out about it, and it seems like he got permission from the club to go to France, which is close to London. It's about an hour train. It's pretty close. So he went to France to see his mom, and he was supposed to come back on Thursday night. But apparently he came back Thursday morning, which led to him, because of COVID regulations and stuff, miss training. That was why it caused him to be benched and therefore stripped of the captaincy. Aubameyang has posed a bit of a larger issue for Arsenal, as he has not been the same player ever since he was given that £300,000 a week contract. And this was the argument that Arsenal hasn't learned from their mistakes, where they did the exact same thing with Mesut Ozil, and the exact same thing happened. In general, the risk of giving a player that is on the wrong side of age, Aubameyang is, let me just double check this, don't want to misquote. Aubameyang is currently 32. So, and he was giving this contract when he was 30, I believe. He was like almost 30, 31, most likely. This contract just was not the right choice. Even at the time, yes, he was one of the best goal scorers in the world and in the league. He was definitely elite. There was no question about the fact that he was going to perform, on paper at least. Most people, if you had told him, will Aubameyang at least get you 15 to 20 goals a season? Yeah, he should, because he's just that good of a player. But the fact of the matter is that didn't happen, and it was a very, very risky decision for a club like Arsenal. When you're a club that's not as cash-rich as the main protagonists in the league, you're not a City, you're not a Chelsea, you're not a United, you don't have a rolling budget that you can just shell out whenever you need to. When United does it, it's not, when like Alexis Sanchez was a thing, when Paul Pogba was a thing, it's not that big of a deal for United because they make so much money. It's fine. But for a club like Arsenal, specifically in the midst of a rebuild, when is it okay to make this kind of decision? It's okay when, say, your squad, as you feel about to hit its peak, it needs a little bit of juice. Hey, if Aubameyang stays, everything's rolling, we can win something in the next year or two. We can make a play for top four. We can do something. But the fact of the matter is, Arsenal has not been in the conversation for any of these for a while now. And their team is not at the moment suited to make any type of run for titles or championships or anything like that. So because of that, this type of decision was very, very risky, because you knew you had players like Martinelli, Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka in and around the club at the time. And the decision to risk that much of a wage, where you definitely could have gotten money for Aubameyang, you could have gotten could have gotten 20, 30K and then reinvested that in a young upcoming striker, or just give more time to the youngsters you have at the club that seem to be doing fantastic. It just seemed to be all around a mistake. I personally do agree with stripping of the contra with the captaincy, it pretty much does signal the end of Aubameyang for Arsenal, in my opinion. I'd be surprised if we see him that very often going forward. I think that's pretty much it. I would expect him to move in January, to be completely honest. And I think that's possibly the best choice for both him and Arsenal. So honestly, I support Arteta. I think this was the right choice for him and the club. Second news is the retirement of Sergio Aguero. I'll be totally honest, as a Manchester United fan, Sergio Aguero has always been a striker that I've both hated and admired at the same time. By far one of the best Premier League strikers I have seen during my lifetime. Some incredible amounts of goals, and he truly was the most lethal player in the Premier League during his time there. He was absolutely phenomenal, always chipping in with goals, always a danger. And he obviously scored possibly, I would say, the goal of the decade, maybe even the goal. It can become one of the most important goals in history of the sport, honestly. That was by far also one of the greatest moments in the sport's history, to be able to win a league title in the 94th minute of a game, when it all came down to the wire and it came to the last kick of the season to win a title. That was incredible. I still remember the day. I was a United fan. I'm a United fan, so I remember that day very clearly. I was watching that game. And it was very, very heartbreaking, obviously, as a United fan. However, congratulations to him. Congratulations to his family for an amazing career. It is very sad that it has ended this way, with heart problems and health problems and being advised not to play anymore. Obviously not the way anybody wants to leave the game, but it's a very, very sad farewell, but a farewell that I think he can very much hold his head up high and go out with no shame or anything, because I think he was truly one of the best strikers of his generation, without any question. And I think we will remember him for years and years to come. And I think we will remember him very, very fondly. So congratulations to Mr. Aguero for a fantastic career. And I wish you all the health and success from here on to the future, however you endeavor. I do not believe that he will be going very far from football. I think he is very well spoken, so I can definitely see him joining a punditry team. But for now, rest, relax, get a little bit away from the limelight, just enjoy life a little bit. You've worked very, very hard over the last 20 years to achieve what you have. Enjoy it for now. But we will be more than happy to see him again very, very soon in some kind of football fashion. And finally, we have the potential transfer of Antonio Rudiger. I want to include these, maybe start doing a transfer section on a weekly basis where I'm talking a little bit about the transfer news and rumors going around. That could be actually kind of fun. You know what? Let me do that. That actually sounds like a great idea. I'm just going to do a transfer rumor episode moving forward, and we'll just throw that in. I'll just kind of end this episode right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.